Alright y'all, we're back with another video. Before we get into this, there's some of y'all watching this shit and you're not subscribed. What are you doing? Yo, I got a gem here in this video, man, because I know there's so many people out there that just ignore this part of their game and it baffles me. And that's your shooting off dribble. Your shooting off dribble, if you have anything over a 70, is fucking money. A little bit later, I'm gonna get into exactly what I do so my shooting off dribble is this wet as a sharpshooter or really any archetype. I'm also gonna hop into the park in a second and test this bitch out because I already know I'm gonna splash on the park. If you have an archetype like a playmaker or a sharpshooter or really it could be any archetype and you have a 73 off dribble shot mid-range and off dribble shot 3 and at no point in any game do you even consider shooting off the dribble, then why? I see sharpshooters do this all the time, playmakers. I come across shot creators that don't even use their off dribble shot from 3. I'm baffled, cause if I can shoot with my off dribble shot as a sharpshooter, I brick as I fucking say that, of course, then you should be money with yours. Okay, listen, you know what? I'll hit up mind frame. I'm gonna hop into the park here in a second, and I'm only shooting off dribble shots, 3s and middies. That's it. Only off dribble shots, man. You heard it. Up against a glass cleaner and a playmaker, that cheese combo. We got a post scorer, mind frame's tall post scorer, and we got my sharpshooter. So, you know, of course, people are going to expect me to steal and then pull up for the shot. I don't steal, immediately go up for the moving shot. People don't expect that. Money. Now, this shot right here, that step forward shot, even through wild contests, I've seen that one go in. That's probably the highest percentage shot you can take off dribble, is when you're stepping forward, usually like a 20-foot jump shot. It's a beautiful shot, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get the screen. Another shot, buckets. It's amazing how consistent you can be with this move. Now, granted, you have to be open. Again, I'm telling you, through wild contests, that step forward off dribble shot, money. And they're up. They're actually playing pretty good on the offensive end. It's tough to stop him. I bang a 3. Grand badge is lit. I get the steal. I'ma pick it up and fade limitless range. Bang. I don't know why I faded from limitless range, but I won. I only missed one shot that whole game, and we're going up against a playmaker glass cleaner. I'm stretching it though. This is the extreme. No one's actually gonna do this with a sharpshooter. I'm just showing you what's possible. It's lights out, man. It's just like your regular jump shot though. You have to practice it, but it's a beautiful thing. I don't want to give off the impression that it's perfect. I'm going up against a shot creator on this one, and I figure, can I out shot create a shot creator? And I got off to a pretty rough start. You'll see this happen when you don't perfect it. I'm telling y'all, don't look at the shot meter when it comes to this specific shot. You want to be looking at your player. I'll get into that a little bit later. Another L I took is you cannot shoot when your stamina is drawn all the way out. The chances deplete like crazy, so you have to have at least a little bit of stamina. If your shit is red, it's not going to be a good move. But again, the step forward moving shot, always consistent. If you find yourself out of energy, just step into mid-range. 3-point, it becomes a lot harder when you don't have that energy. So I bang again. I missed, I think, 3 shots to start the game. So I don't want to give off the impression that you're going to be shooting shot creator lights out. It's not like that. If you're open and they're letting you do it, yeah, you perfect it, of course you are. But lots of the time, they're going to run up to contest. You do not want to pull up contested on this one. And of course, I get the green light game-winning shot with the badge on me. So I'm just showing what's possible. These are only shooting off dribble mids. What if you did it a couple times in a game, you threw them off guard, next time you did a step back pull up 3. I'm just saying mix it in, right? But we'll get back into the actual video. I just want to show y'all some actual examples of how this works. I'm trying to tell people, man, it's an underutilized part of most people's games. I see shot creators not even use this, and it confuses me. So I'll break down what I do, and there's a few key things that I do a little bit differently for this to work. Now, one thing you gotta know is you're a sharpshooter. You might be able to bang from here, right? I miss. Yo, you know what's crazy? In practice is the limitless range is fucking cheese. Why is my shot bar tiny out here? This shit is full in game. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is you never want to shoot limitless range moving shots. The percentages drop dramatically unless you're a shot creator, of course, and even then you don't have Hall of Fame limitless range, so it's still gonna drop. Keep that in mind. You want to be as close to the line as possible. You don't want to be shooting anywhere too far from the line itself. This is why I wasn't working. Yo, does 2K do this shit to y'all? Is they switch up my release, and I know I didn't put on James Harden. Okay, so this brings me to the first point, is you have to have a good jump shot. I know you're looking at your agent, your dribble pull-ups to Stephen Curry. This is important. By the way, equip Stephen Curry. It's a fucking beautiful dribble pull-up. But the jump shot you have dramatically affects the animation you get. So you can have Curry as your dribble pull-up, but if you have different variation, I dropped a video on my release. If you missed it, I'll link in the description. But if you have the different variations of my release, it's gonna feel completely different. And so when you're shooting, you have to have a release that's not only good for standing shots, but also for off dribble shots. That's something beautiful about my releases. The high school one with James Harden. The rest of the releases I use, it doesn't work. I don't know why. I can't get a fluid shot off. But when I equip my go-to OG release, it works so fucking beautifully. It's amazing. So step number one is not only do you equip the dribble pull-up, which is Stephen Curry, you equip my original release, which is the high school one base with the James Harden release. I left a full video link in the description. I made a video on it. You have to have those two things down. Just like when you're shooting in game, you can have the most beautiful release and you can throw on all sorts of boosts. You can do everything in your power. But if you got a garbage fucking jump shot, then you're not banging no matter what. Can I bang? There we go. For mid-range, moving shots are pretty much always a green light if you release it correctly. It's really easy for mid-range. You should never really be missing mid-range shots ever off dribble, even as a playmaker, as a sharpshooter. From 3-point line is where it gets a little bit more complicated. Again, never shoot limitless range, always right on the line. That was an ugly release, still bang. The cue I use, because keep in mind, I never look at my shot meter when I shoot. Most of you guys know that already. I shoot looking at my player, because there's cues you look at when you're looking at your player to know when to release the ball. It's really easy for this one. It's a 2-motion shot, so the second you see the ball hit the top of his head, he's about to chuck it forward, you let go of the ball. On park, you release a tiny bit earlier because, of course, you're playing on park sliders and there's a little bit more latency involved. And I'm gonna give you all a little other tidbit of information. When I shoot coming from the left side, because I'm a left-handed player, when I shoot fading and I have to kick my leg to keep on balance, I feel like my shot is so much more consistent. When I shoot coming off of this side, it feels like my shot is less consistent. So if I have an option, I'm gonna fade to the left. Now on the right, it's still money, but it feels easier when you're fading to the left. That's just me. So in yesterday's video, some y'all like, Agent, I already knew about that fucking dribble move. Alright, bitch. Well, I just found out about it. The dribble move I talked about in yesterday's video is so fucking beautiful to combo with the fade. Because when you're a sharpshooter, there's a tendency for you to, okay, hold on. Let me do the move. I'm a dribble. Oh, let me chill for a second. I don't want it to be a leading shot, and then you pull up. By that time, there's a good chance you already got closed out. So you do the move, and it takes you right into the shot. And this goes for playmakers too. Playmakers like to stand still like sharpshooters before they shoot. And for the most part, I'm gonna do the same thing. It's not like I'm always shooting off dribble, but I'm saying, let's say there's 6 seconds on the shot clock. I have the ball. I'm doing my dribble move. Let's go. All right, momentum cross. I'm right here. If you have to wait to pull up, your chances of being closed out are infinitely larger. Why are you doing that to yourself? This is a tool. No one uses it. Ever. Aside from shot creators, of course. I don't see many people use, and slashers. Slashers use it too because they have a better off dribble shot than they do a standing shot. But those are the only 2 archetypes I see consistently use this. When if you're a sharpshooter or you're a playmaker and you max it out, is you have a 73 or a 74 depending on what your wingspan and some other variables, but you have a decent shot. I know y'all seen the playmakers out there shooting money, alright? Y'all seen the playmakers shooting money sharpshooter shots. If you're a sharpshooter and you're not shooting shot creator shots, or you're not dribbling like a playmaker, it seems like through all the patches they made it easier to play like other archetypes. It's crazy, man. Mid-range, it is legit. If you don't get a green, then it was on you. It has nothing to do with 2K. From 3-point line, it's a little bit more difficult. You have to time it a little bit better, and that takes some practice. It's not something you're gonna get immediately. But yo, it makes it so much easier to combo with other moves. I still much rather prefer to be standing still, but if I'm gonna pull up like this, that's a comfortable shot for me. I'm breaking a lot here in this video. I don't like the Pro-Am courts, man. They fuck me up in practice for limitless range. I'll have Hall of Fame limitless. You tell me I can't make none of those? Anyway, this isn't a move I'd recommend on the Pro-Am because on the Pro-Am there's 5 people, there's less room. It's easier to close out regardless and you have other teammates. But on the park, if you're on the park and you're not doing this, you're tripping. That's just it. So I'm just bringing attention to it. There's probably some of y'all that already fucking use this and good shit, man. But I'm just now realizing how deadly you can be if you perfect this, especially from the 3-point line. Bang! Again, you have to have the right release. You have to have the right dribble pull-up. I'm gonna leave it on that. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. You're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.